You said that you were a union shop. I don't know if we've ever. No, we've had one of the union shop on. Actually, that's not true. Out of San Francisco before. But what's the thought process there? My small brain wants to say, well, it's already hard enough for me to do all the things. A union, wouldn't that step in the way from me managing the team? Like I don't know the details as well. All I know is really what I see on television about it. So how did that start for you guys?
So we've always been union. I grew up in a union household. My grandpa was a union painter. My dad was a union machinist for the railroad. My husband's dad worked at Ford. He was a union there. My husband was a union firefighter. My print shop was a union print shop because of our family history, values. My across the street neighbor was an iron worker, and he's like, if you're a union print shop, then you could print all of our iron worker stuff. So that really kind of pushed me to joining the union back in 2005, possibly, and just being a union print shop. And then as I grew from my next door neighbor's union to all the ones that we have now, I believe in it. We believe in it. Yes, it does. Some businesses hate unions. They can't stand it. Unions, but unless you dive deep into what unions offer and how they benefit you, families, businesses, it's really hard to understand. Like a lot of people.
Can you share that? Like what does it? So yeah. So what are the pros?
The pros are, I mean, people know that we will pay well. That kind of like an integrity thing. Like, oh wow, they uphold these standards. They're going to pay well. They're going to take care of their employees. They're going to do a good job. They're going to stand behind all their stuff. Not that any other print shop doesn't. For us, it's more of a belief. We believe in labor unions, so we want to be part of the labor union and be part of the labor movement, and just always have. I can't say that there's no upside to it because there's a lot of upside, but there's no downside to it because we can do both. We print union, non-union. We prefer not to, but we will do both. A lot of our customers don't even know what labor unions are. I feel like we do it because of our history and our family history and how we've just always been part of a union growing up and as adults.
From that job side, so you say it sounds like you get access to print work that others can't do because you are a union shop. So that's a big pro.
Correct.
Are you able to, because it sounds like you have higher overhead, are you able to then charge more because of that, or they understand that? So you have to, right? If your overhead is a bit higher.
Yeah, it's hard to get people to people understand that unions pay more. We come right out and tell everybody, the reason why our contract price is maybe a little bit higher, and it's only really cents. But some people are down; they'll quit you over 2 cents. It's only down to cents because we don't monetize that the way some print shops do. We pay more, make less, and that's a true statement. We if you compare us to any other contract print shop, our prices are probably within cents, but our employees probably make a couple dollars more per hour and have the benefits that we offer.
How do you feel about that? That it sounds like you're very passionate about it anyway, because your team is taken care of. They are able to have, like you said, a car, they have insurance, and that, I guess the temptation of comparison is always there, especially looking at, another business that's doing similar things. Oh, I can get there. I want to be able to do that. Do you think about that?
When I compare ourselves to other print shops and I'm like, my gosh, I wish we made those kind of margins. That's only in my head. Like, I'm completely satisfied with the way our business runs, and our profit for our company is less because our employees are paid better. And I'm totally fine with that. I don't know if E2 will ever be a for sale business because someone might be like, oh my gosh, you pay too much. Your payroll's eating up all your profit. Maybe so. But that's what we chose to do. I could change it at any particular time, and I could be like, all right, everybody's fired, and tomorrow we're going to charge 15 or pay everybody $15 an hour. Never do that. But that is if we wanted to profit more than we currently do. Some people might be like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Why are you in business? You just created yourself a job. Maybe so, but we have a great life. We have all the things that we need. My children have homes and cars, and we have homes and cars, and all the employees have cars, and nobody's working two jobs. And that makes me feel good. That's more of a monetary value than, oh, I made $1 million versus 500,000. That's okay. Like the the margins are so extreme at this point that it's like nobody really needs an excessive amount of anything.
How does it work if someone needs to be let go at a union shop? Is it difficult, or is it just doing the usual of documentation? Here's a 30-day notice. Okay, it's not working. What's that like?
Usually, when they have to go, they know they're going. It's their. Um, we give so many. Why'd you do that? How many times are you going to come in late? I mean, we're the parents that ground their kids and let them out 5 minutes later. There's never consequences. Like, why did you do that? You put everybody else um, in a bad way or whatever, or the threatening parents, but don't do anything about it until we do. There's been a couple people that it's like, out, you've got to go. You can't do that kind of stuff here. Um, Sometimes it's drug related. Sometimes it's somebody had somebody show up at the shop that shouldn't have been there collecting some money. We've had a lot of different things happen.
And there's no issues with the union of being able to let someone go from those.
No, I think when people think of a union, they think of like the Teamsters or whatever, where they're outside picketing. In the print union world, it is more to benefit the employees and just to make sure that everybody's getting fair wages and treated right. But it really doesn't get involved in the firing. Like if someone's going to get fired, they can't go file a grievance with the CWA and say, Dawn was mean to me because I didn't show up 10 days in a row and she finally fired me. Like there isn't that. They're not doing, it's not available to them to do that. We don't have any firings besides you got to go. You've missed every day for 30 days.